Hey, we are Chris and Teresa and are obsessed with all things fiber and guiding you on your fiber arts journey. We own a successful fiber processing mill, an online needle felting business, experienced at raising all fiber animals, and are renovating a 100-year-old school into a fiber arts retreat center.
Processing, needle felting, yarn, roving, fiber animals, and our renovating progress are all topics discussed here. Think of this as your one-stop shop for advice, information, tips, and getting your questions answered on all things fiber, from raising the animals to the finished product and everything in between. So pull up a seat, make sure you're cozy, and get ready to be inspired while you learn. This is EweTube.
Welcome to EweTube 139. If you could just pan down a little bit.
If there was somebody operating the camera.
Yeah.
That was Marble Cake.
That was Marble Cake.
He's adorable.
He's going to be at the school.
She says that about every one of these.
Not quite everyone.
Pretty much.
That one for sure. That one's.
No.
Anywho, we are here in the transitional barn. Is this called the transition? What is it?
It's supposed to be the lambing barn, but
they're lambing in a different barn.
We're lambing in our old barn because this one wasn't quite ready, which I've explained in the last couple. But we wanted to have the lambing jugs all set up in here, but the ground was still frozen, didn't get done fast enough last fall for us to get the posts dug in and everything. So right now we have a fence behind the camera that's propped up with boards. It's quite attractive.
It works. It keeps them where.
And then in the pen behind the camera, we have the ones that we just brought over from the lambing barn. So just in case they're not bonding well, it's a smaller pen. We keep them over there for a while and then we bring them into the big pen. And then once it warms up, if it ever does, we're going to let them outside.
And they'll be so happy.
Yes, but for now they've
sweetie.
just been in here.
Hi, 92.
Where they can stay out of the rain and the wet, cold wind.
Yeah, tomorrow we have high wind warnings and snow coming in.
Yeah.
Lovely. But anywho, right at it. Okay, this is going to be a whole bunch of fun just sitting in here. Okay, and this is a nice way to spend today because we had kind of me and my hubby, a horrible week. But it's over, so we're not going to go there. Other than the weekend. The weekend was wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. We closed on our house and it just didn't go as planned. But we're not getting into that. So, and then from Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, we had a taste of fiber retreat at the school. And it was so wonderful. We had, Meg that came from Florida. It was wonderful, absolutely wonderful. And we had Lisa and we had Jody. Jody was from Missouri.
Yes, there was several guests that came for the Taste of Fiber.
All the way from Florida to...
I was busy here, so I wasn't able to attend. But that's Devil's Food, isn't he cute?
He is adorable.
I wasn't able to... They did come out here and see the lambs, though. That was nice. I got to meet them all.
Yeah.
And I did go teach a class on needle felting to them. But I did miss out on most of it. But the way it sounds, they all had a blast.
It was wonderful.
Julie and Jeannie are the best teachers.
They are.
They're already planning their next event at the school.
They're going to it's going to be set up a little bit differently, so stay tuned for that. Ooh, and on that note, Julie and Jeannie are having a spring fling on April 23rd at the school. So stay tuned for info on that. That's just a one-day event at the school, so we're really excited about that. I wish I could just pick you up and kiss you.
That's Devil's Food.
No.
No, it isn't. That's
Marble.
That's Marble. Devil's Food behind.
So stay tuned for that. That if you're near or if you want to come in and stay overnight, either before, after, or a week, what have you, more than welcome. It's so much fun.
Yeah. So you gave the date for that?
Yeah, April 23rd. Oh yes.
That's not your baby.
Her baby's.
Okay, here's the baby it's brown.
What's with that one? It's brown.
It's brown.
Yeah.
It's
beautiful.
I know, it's beautiful.
Is that a CDL?
Yeah.
Oh, so beautiful. He's like, where'd you go, Mom? What is this big black camera doing here? Oh, precious.
Hopefully you're seeing a bunch behind us
I hope so.
instead of just
I hope
listening to
so.
us talk about them.
Okay, now we're going to get right into this because we had,
If they be quiet.
we interviewed Dick Welle. Hi, sweetie. Yes. Oh, I know. If you come a little closer, I'm going to pick you up.
So we went out to visit Dick Welle. We shared a little bit about him on the last video about him tapping the Boxelder trees, which we've had the syrup before, and it was, a lamb just ran into the camera. And it was amazing, and we were intrigued, and he was nice enough to share all of this information with us. So we'll share that with you.
We are here with Dick Welle, and we are so excited because he approached us. Well, what was it, 2 years ago? That we had pancakes in the event center that we were using as the gym because we were working on the school. And Mariella said, oh, you need some syrup. So she scattered home and brought some Boxelder syrup and some maple syrup. And we tried both of them. And this was 2 years ago. And the Boxelder, I didn't quite like then. And the maple, absolutely loved, of course. And then last year, she did the same thing. She presented us with some delicious Boxelder and some maple syrup, which I didn't even know you could make maple Boxelder syrup out of Boxelder trees. Anyway, and it was delicious, and apparently it changes every year.
Yeah, depends on how the trees flow and yeah.
Amazing. Okay.
First year we made it 2 years ago, everything was clear. Even when you boil it down, the syrup was clear.
Wow. So
It
what?
didn't have as many minerals in it or whatever the tree makes.
Yep.
And now this year it's dark again like last year. But the dark is supposed to be better for you.
Oh, okay.
I've been told,
Yep,
I don't know.
Yep. And it'll, because last year it was delicious. Okay, so you have a contraption here. Did you make this?
Yes.
Wow. That is so impressive.
Oh yeah, out of an old oil barrel,
Wow.
rusty oil barrel, fuel
And
barrel.
you welded these compartments.
No, I had somebody make this for me.
Okay. And explain that. What is going on in here?
By putting the compartments in, you add on this corner, and that compartment, the bottom is cut out, and over here the bottom, so it forces the flow like this. And it gives you more, in that way physics takes over, and if you look, you can see how this one is clear.
Yep.
Basic. See how dark this one is? It starts making sap, sugar,
Oh my.
concentrate in the physics, since this is, well, it's denser,
Yep.
it'll just keep separating out.
Wow. So you're boiling off just the water.
Right, and then by having all the surface area, it's like a giant, bigger tank. You're cheating by having the dividers.
Yeah. Oh my.
And then it works good when it's time to empty. I open that end up, start draining the high concentrate out. I'll put pure water in here, and you'll just see it push the syrup through for me. And I'll just end up, it'll push it right out the end.
And
you
then-
can watch it come. The clear will just keep pushing the syrup because the water is so doesn't have the density, so the sap goes out the other end. Makes it a little easier to clean. Anyhow.
Did you design this, or did you?
I seen this on YouTube,
It's amazing. Absolutely
and they
amazing.
described it. You know, I built the cooker myself.
Yep. And you're using wood
Right,
to
and
fire it.
The wood, the firebox is only to here, and then it comes up, and then you can see the stitching.
Yep.
There's a plate in there, and then it's all fire brick that forces the flame up and under the pan here.
Oh wow.
So I fire bricked the whole thing. And
Wow. That is
it works
amazing.
pretty good.
Amazing. And then he came to us this year and he said, "Hey, should we tap your boxelder trees? Because we have this, it's Teresa and I's favorite tree in the front yard of the school. It's this beautiful boxelder tree with like 8 branchy things coming out to it. And he had 5 taps on that tree, and they have been two times a day we've been emptying them, and they've been filled. It's amazing how much they are
You
producing."
can taste that with your spoon. You
He said,
taste
"Bring."
the maple
He
syrup.
said, "Bring spoons."
It's not syrup yet, but you
Yep.
can taste the sugar. And then that pop,
So what do we do? Just dip it in?
dip it in and blow on a little bit so it cools off. And it'll be good. You can taste the sugar already.
It's delicious. This is why we brought extra spoon. Holy moly, is that good?
That pot that's finished Boxelder in there.
It is.
That's sticky, that stuff.
Really?
That's gooey.
Okay, so this is ready to can then?
Yeah, I just have to filter it.
Okay, here, you need to get your spoon.
That's what I boiled yesterday.
This is stickier.
Oh yeah, that's thicker. That's syrup there.
Oh, wow.
You get that on your hands, you'll
Yeah, Teresa.
it's sticky.
You're gonna get to see me.
It is truly, it's so good. It is so good. Wow. That is amazing.
Boiled that yesterday, and then I take off the last 6-7 gallons, and then I finish it on the burner here.
Wow. Okay, now try that other. The other side. Here, hold on.
I won't be doing the old wow.
Teresa's dipping now. Oh, that is delicious.
Oh, it's like water.
Well, it's still
Yeah.
water, but
But it's really hot.
it's concentrate. The sugar's starting to, concentrate on that end, so you can taste it already.
It's not quite as dark as what's in that.
No.
pot
No,
either.
it will be.
It will.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
it'll be that thick
Yep.
when we get done.
Do you want to watch me burn myself?
Did you blow?
Yeah.
Okay, good. You're good.
It cools off in a
Yeah.
hurry. That is
It's good.
about
That's better.
70 gallons. You get that much.
70 gallons.
Well, it's a 40-to-1 ratio,
40 to 1. So
You take 40 gallons of sap and you'll get 1 gallon of syrup. That's why you boil outside. 'Cause if you did that in your house, there ain't no way you could get all that moisture out of your house. You'd have sticky walls and
my.
sticky ceiling.
Wow. Oh, okay. So I asked him what is in here, and back here he has pots that he preheats. So when you put it in there, is it already boiling?
Somewhat, yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. And that is like right from the tree in
Right.
there.
Yep. That's what's in the buckets right there.
Yep. So what do you have here? Turkey fryers, or what
Yeah,
are those?
A couple of turkey fryers.
Okay, and then you have like canning.
Yeah, this is redneck
Yep.
syrup
I love it. Okay, why is
because there's a propane
the propane
evaporates.
is cold?
Yeah. It evaporates, it's a lot colder than air.
Do you see that on the tape? I mean, this totally off topic, but look at it. It's like snow on there. It's like cold. Interesting. Okay. So then you pick that up ever so carefully.
Oh, I have my little scooper because I'm not going to burn myself.
Oh, yeah. And then you just
Yes.
just put it in there as needed.
Because I'm not going to burn myself.
Okay, so how are you dumping it in there? Is it okay, it's flowing? How did you figure out the rate
I just
to flow
you
it?
just watch it and
Oh, and then turn it more or less.
just as you're going and boiling.
Wow. And you want to keep it this level.
Pretty much. You can go a little lower.
Okay, so.
You don't want to get higher. If you get higher, then when it really starts boiling, like last night, we had foam everywhere.
Oh dear. Okay, so you have, there's like white snowy stuff on the ground over here. That's foam.
That's the foam and, you know, all the stuff that you can clean it out. That's what I do, because sometimes the dirt particles are in there.
Yep.
So I cheat and clean it. They make a surfactant, it's called, you can put on there and not have any foam, but I just kind of, a lot of times some pieces of wood in there or something, pieces of bark float up.
Right.
And I can just get it out.
But this is sterilizing it too, all the boiling and whatnot.
Because it's 200, you know, it's boiling.
Yep. And then when you put it, and then when you finish it in a pot like that, you fill like pint-sized jars.
Yep.
Okay. And then they seal themselves, just like you would, like if you're canning jelly or anything. Okay. It's amazing.
My wife has to help me with that because I'm not.
Yeah.
I don't know what the heck I'm doing.
Okay, so when you started this, you did not have this big contraption.
No,
did you
first
just?
time I did it all with turkey cookers.
Wow.
But I only had about 70, 80 gallons total. I didn't know what I was doing.
Right.
So I boiled and boiled and boiled for a whole day, and the next day, and then I was getting it concentrated in a pot, and I ran up in the garage to come back, and half of it boiled on the ground. So I cried, but the ants were happy. So I learned my lesson.
All that work and
Yeah.
so in
And all that propane, it was
Yes.
like, oofta.
wow.
That's
In
when I
this
decided-
situation, a watched pot must be.
Yes. So
Wow. This is absolutely amazing. I'm so intrigued by this.
But-
I feel this is going to get huge. This is going to get huge.
people in Minnesota make thousands of gallons.
I don't care. I didn't even know you could tap a Boxelder tree.
There's other
And it is
trees.
delicious. It has a totally different flavor than maple.
Yep, but it's still good.
Yeah, it's like a deeper flavor. Sweet.
Well, I'm sure sugar
Wonderful.
maples have a little deeper flavor too. I
Really?
have silver maples.
Okay.
The sugar maples really produce. That's what they tap in Minnesota.
Yeah.
All over, and them guys have thousands of taps.
Right. And then they hook them together
Yeah,
so
'cause
they
they have
all
a hill.
drain.
'Cause they run down a hill.
It's all gravity.
There ain't much hills here.
No.
This is like
We're
milking
in-
cows the old way. You go up, pick up every bucket, and carry it.
Yes.
There is no drains here.
Nope. No. We see all the way to Bismarck from here. But anywho,
Yeah.
this is so
But-
amazing.
I need to get a bulk tank. Is what I need to find.
bulk
The
tank?
old dairy bulk tanks
Yep.
that the dairymen used to have. That would make good storage. You know,
Okay.
It'd be stainless steel and sanitized.
So
and-
you would put the boiled, the finished,
no, the
the
sap.
the sap
the
in
sap
there.
in there because you have so much. And then
Okay.
you could keep it cool. Then I would
Oh.
cheat and I would put a little pump on it and just pump it in.
Got
I
it.
wouldn't have
Got
to-
it. Yep.
Then I could drink beer and tend to fire and we call her even.
There you go. There you go.
The ultimate redneck. Yeah.
So how are you keeping a steady temperature? Just by
Yep.
throwing a piece of wood in
It
every
goes
now
up
and
a little
then?
bit, yeah, but
Yeah.
it'll hold pretty good.
So when you start this, because you're gonna let this burn out overnight, it's not
Right.
gonna boil all night. You'll pick a time and say, okay,
tonight,
I'm
I'll
gonna be
just
done,
start to
and
let the fire go down.
okay, and then drain out the
Drain
good
it out,
stuff
yep.
and cover it up. And you cover it up then, or
Last night I did it because I had it full of water.
Oh,
The cover is right there.
it does have a cover. Nice.
Just made it
awesome.
because I get tired of the birds pooping in it. It's still full overnight.
Yes.
There was no bird poop this morning, but later in the year, all of a sudden you come in here
Yeah.
the next day and the wind blows and it's full
Yeah.
of crap. And
Yeah, you got to clean and sticky. I'd
Oh,
imagine. Yeah. Wow, amazing. Teresa, any other questions? This is amazing. Thank you, Dick. Oh my gosh, that's so amazing. And prior to this, I had no idea you could tap a boxelder tree. I not even know the boxelders were part of a maple family.
I guess I knew that, but I never.
Really? Oh, I suppose
never
you did because you're a
considered-
forester.
I never considered that you could get syrup out of them, and that it would be good, and it is
Yeah.
very good. As
We
you,
we planted a whole shelter belt of boxelders. In the house we no longer own.
Yep.
Yep.
But you have one close to your house now.
Yes, I bet I
Are you a
have one in
camper?
that menagerie of those trees in there. No, I think they're all ash, aren't they? Yeah. Anywho, yeah, so that was so much fun and so awesome, and we can hardly wait for some fresh Boxelder syrup. Filter update. This morning I got to the mill, oh golly, it was like 7:30, 8 o'clock, and I looked, I went, oh, I must have left the lights on in the mill, and I went, wait, that looks like fresh water on the floor. So I opened the door, and here is Mike. Obviously been hard at work, working on the newest filter for quite a while. And I asked him, what time did you get up this morning? And he said he gets up very early. So he was busy working on it. So yeah, I didn't hear it running today. So, and then he had to go do something.
Hopefully he's making progress.
Yeah, so I'm sure he is. So next week we'll get a little interview.
I haven't been to the school for a while. So we have 32 lambs so far.
She wants her baby.
And it's sleeping behind us.
Yeah, sleeping baby. You're all right. Yeah, okay.
We have
32 now?
30, is it 30? Yeah, 32. And everything's been going
Third of the way done.
good. There was one day they were popping out everywhere.
That was Sunday.
Yeah, the day I had to do the class at the school. So I had to leave really quickly. So I didn't really get to know all these people at the retreat like
Next
Chris
time.
did. But
Next time.
but thankfully they got to come out here and I got to meet them at least, and that I got to do that class with them.
Yeah, there was one gal, she was a nurse from Salt Lake City, and she lives in an apartment in town, so she thought that was ultra cool to come to a farm and see these little lambs. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. There was one night that I usually set my alarms and I check the cameras in the barn, like at 2 and then at 4, just to make sure that there's no issues. And I must have turned off the alarm or slept through it, or I don't even know. But Jeff got out there in the morning and there was 4 babies in a pile with no mommies caring about them. So we had to figure out that mess, but it all turned out good. Went and found the moms. Thankfully, we could tell who had just had a baby, and they accepted the ones that we chose for them.
Which is best. But you also had a little baby stealer in there.
We did. We did have a mom that wanted all of them,
Which is so cute.
and we are quite sure she's not even pregnant.
Which
but
is quite sad.
I know. And then
She wants to be a mama so bad.
She does. And then we brought them all, put them in their little pens with their babies, and she just sat at the fence crying for her babies that she doesn't have. But poor thing. She's now in here. We brought her here. If she wants to be a mom, she can help. Here she is.
Oh,
Say hi.
hi, baby.
I don't know if you can see her. She's the one.
Hi, baby.
She's like, I don't get to have a baby this year, so.
So there.
Yeah.
Poor gal.
So,
She can enjoy all the other mothers and their baby.
it's all been going really well. The weather could be nicer. That would really help it be enjoyable.
Tomorrow's not going to be good.
No, it's just constantly cold and wet, which is kind of miserable. It's usually fun to go walking out to the barn and check the lambs, but now you got to get all bundled up and kind of not as fun.
Not as fun.
So the one question on the last YouTube was who will milk the camel. So we talked about a camel. We've mentioned many times that we're going to have a camel at the school. But Chris had just found out that camel milk can help with
Very beneficial.
rheumatoid arthritis. And so,
It's going to cure Teresa.
yes, which, would be wonderful.
Wouldn't it?
It would. Especially this wet,
Yeah.
cold time of year. It's really hard on the joints, which makes it harder to get out of bed and do it. So yeah, if camel milk was the answer, but we don't know who's going to milk the camel. Chris is probably going to milk Steve. Actually, they asked if the general manager was going to milk the camel.
Mike. I could see it. He'd be a good,
You might
he'd be a
enjoy
good-
that.
A good camel shepherd. Yeah.
And then the next question was on our live from last time, and we were in Clink's room, and I was working on the set for our Passion Play at our church, and I was making the set out of styrofoam, which I cut with a hot knife, and then I paint it and everything else, which isn't done. It has to be done by the end of the week. Anyway, she wants to know how we glue them together, and we use, totally slipped my mind. Silicone caulk.
Caulk.
It's caulk. That's what we
Works
use.
very well.
And it has to be silicone. It can't be like adhesive of any kind because it eats the styrofoam.
Really? Like melts it? Or
Yes.
what?
Yeah.
Like upon impact? Or
Yes, we tried. So nobody ever believed me when I said that. So they went and got some spray because that would be wonderful.
Oh, yeah. Spray adhesive?
Anything in an aerosol can ate it. Because we tried to spray paint some stars once for a Christmas program, and it just completely ate the star. I made this beautiful star, and it ate it. But it would eat it, and it made the stars even more pretty because it left these little divots, and then it would puddle and it would make little sparklies. So it made the stars quite perfect in the end.
But why
So it
does
turned
it do
out-
that?
I don't know. It
That's
eats it.
so interesting. Huh. What about Elmer's?
So- I don't know. It's nice to have this caulk gun and just squirt it on. And it's just use clear, but you don't want to, like what I was doing, which I should have known better. I would put these rocks on the wall and then move it around. But if you get any of the clear caulk on the outside, and it doesn't paint. So then you have these white spots. It's no good.
But yeah, these rocks, this whole set.
We'll have to share a
amazing.
picture when I'm done.
Yes.
I'm not done. Then we're doing a mural, which we're not happy with.
It looks beautiful.
I'm not extremely good at murals, just paintings.
Looks really good though.
It needs some work. So me and my daughter and my son's girlfriend, Tori, have been working on it, and none of us are quite pleased. So we'll see what we can come up with when I have time.
The problem is you guys, you're standing 10 feet away from it. The
But you know what we're
audience
worried
will be-
about? We think it's the opening scene. So it's probably the what's up there when everybody comes to sit and they stare at it until it starts. That's what we're worried about.
That's
Hopefully
cool.
not.
So they'll really analyze it.
Yeah.
But it looks nice.
And it would be okay if it was my rock wall, but not that. We'll see.
Cool beans.
So the prize winner for last week,
What was the question?
the question was, what year was this picture taken? And we shared a picture.
Share it
this-
again.
Yeah. So this picture was taken of, it's the, going down the hall into the guest rooms. And it was taken in this time of year of 2021.
Yep. Very early 2021.
So it was just a year ago.
Hard to believe. A year ago.
She's circling around. This is her again.
Yes, she is. Baby just
No wonder
gets
the baby's
lost in the
screaming.
dust. Oh,
It
dear.
lost her.
Yeah.
Oh, it's the wind is picking up. It's just yucky.
Ugh. You're gonna have a pleasant walk to your
No,
house. Yeah.
no.
And-
It's cold
Yes.
and wet and rainy. Hopefully it's not
yes.
rainy.
So congratulations.
We haven't said who it is yet.
Oh, I said
It's Kali.
congratulations, Khalid.
You are the winner. And you just contact us at the contact form on bearcreekfelting.com. And we will get your prize to you.
And next year, my brain isn't working. Next week, the question is, being we're on a sheep breeding theme here,
Yes.
how many times a year can a sheep be bred? Do, 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 do. So, if you know the answer, scroll way down
And answer.
comment.
So our next event is a birding retreat. It's
Which
at the
will be
end of
so
this
much fun.
month.
So much fun.
We are working with Dakota Audubon. They're going to do the educational birding part.
Yes.
And then I am going to do a needle felting class on how to make a canvasback duck.
Yes, and somebody asked if they can attend for the birding and not the craft.
And yes, you can. I don't know why you'd want to, but yes. And they're going to be birding early. It starts at 6:30 in the morning to
Yeah.
get to see the best birds. They're
So
going.
perhaps book a room.
Do you see how she holds her leg up? She's such a good mother.
Oh my goodness.
So when the baby goes to nurse, she puts her leg out to the side so the baby can see exactly where.
What a
To
good
nurse.
mama.
There's so many good moms here. Wow. There's some bad moms. 89, the one that went back. We had to take her back. I think we talked about her in the live,
Yeah.
but we brought her over, and her babies were
naughty.
crying and crying, and they were hoarse with crying, and so we decided to bring her back, and now she's in a little pen again, bonding. Because she just doesn't care. Babies will cry, and she doesn't talk back. Where the rest of the moms, well, you know, they know each other's voices. Not immediately, but they learn them. And usually the mom is concerned, but this one was not. So she's in a small pen
She'll learn.
in the barn.
Was she
And-
first time mom?
No.
Oh,
But somehow my husband and I, as we're chasing her around trying to get her back in the trailer to bring her back, we're saying, it's somehow 89 sticks in my mind from last year that we did this too. I don't know. I don't remember. Didn't write it down if we did have that problem, but yeah, she's an excellent mom over there.
she is. Sweetheart.
So the birding retreat is the next event after the
Spring Fling.
Spring Fling. And
Yep, we'll have.
you can sign up for that on the university.org, nomeuniversity.org website, which is brand new. It's not completely pretty yet. I'm working on that. The opening page is just a copy from Nome Schoolhouse right now, but I'm working on the front page. I was working on that today, so hopefully by the time you see this.
Yes.
You hear that? I think
the wind is blowing really hard.
we have to walk a ways back to the house.
And I see my breath.
It's actually pretty nice in here, though.
It is. Yeah, it is.
But the wind is nasty and it's wet
I'm
and
just
cold and
anticipating what
disgusting.
awaits us on the outside of the barn. But
Not good.
yeah, but this has been a fun
I think we should
fun
catch.
visit.
Can we catch marble cake?
Marble cake.
Come here.
Marbles. Come on, marble.
I'm gonna catch him so you can see him because he's adorable and now he's eating the tripod leg.
And you'll understand why he needs to be in fiber education herd at the Nome Schoolhouse. Sweetheart. Oh, hi. You are. See, he's not even crying. He knows. He knows he wants to go to the school and live, don't you?
He's big. He was born big, but he's not as big as Moose. Moose is here somewhere. I should show you.
Moose, Mousse.
He was huge when he was born. Jeff had to pull him, and he wasn't breathing right away. It was a big rigmarole, but he's okay, thankfully.
Yes, just so good. Just so good. So good. Oh, you are cute.
Snug.
Yes, you are cute. Yeah, look at the coloring on. He's got the white that kind of just
He is
encircles.
Romney and CVM. If you can see, there's the stripe here.
Is that mom?
That's the mom to the one that's crying.
Oh, look at
The
you
one that
have
keeps
my
running
baby.
by. This one's mom is older.
I could just
older
cuddle
mom.
you all night. I could just cuddle
Snuggly.
you all night. Was this one a twin?
Nope. That's why it's so big.
That's your big. You're such a big one. Yes.
CVM Romney is what he is. So that's all we got for you tonight.
God
So
bless
thank
you
you
all.
so much for watching.
That's all, folks. I'm all excited. I just got back from Nome, North Dakota. They call it the Schoolhouse at Nome. And it was a Taste of Fiber workshop that I went to. It was Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and that's what it was. It was a taste of what you can do with fiber. And since I'm growing fiber, I wanted to learn more about all the different uses. So the first class I did was drop spindle, and they brought, all the supplies were included. So we did the drop spindle. I brought mine as well. They taught us, they gave us a sample of what you can do just with a hand spinning. Then they did carding. We blended wool. And we learned about making into roving and clouds and bats, and that was really exciting. So they had all kinds of wool. Every time we said, we'll run out of wool, they said, no, there's always more wool. Then we did dyeing. So they taught us how to dye fibers. So this is my wonderful results. This is cool. And these are all like one of a kind. Beautiful. And they did felting, and there's lots of things to do with felting. There's wet felting, there's felting mats, there's different things. So we got to experience that. And then they taught us basic knitting, and they showed us these really cool knitting needles. And they showed us, we had 2 different episodes of knitting, so the supplies were included, knit and purl. Then they did crocheting, and they showed us how to read a pattern, and they brought us this neat little hook. And then they did loom, how to, the introduction to a loom, which is weaving, which is cool. So it kind of got you excited about what you can do with different yarns, different patterns. And it's just the beginning, it's the taste of it. And then my favorite was needle felting. And they had us do a project with fiber. And of course I had to buy some stuff at the gift shop, which they have right there. And I'm gonna have a kit to make my own little llama. And I got felting needles, so I'm gonna learn how to do that. And I'm really excited about this book, the Fleece and Fiber Source book. So it kind of helps me learn more about fiber. And of course, I can't go home without a t-shirt. It was a great weekend, wonderful teachers. I highly, highly recommend it. It was a wonderful setting. They fed us, they educated us, they inspired us, and they just let us soak it all in. So